So this is Bingo, the Holstein Angus rescue steer. And I've worked him up quite a bit to grain here. That is a really lovely mixture of John Robinson's ground barley from Delta Junction. If you're in Alaska and you're not buying his barley, you should be. There's some bread from the food bank and some sweet feed and some cob and some alfalfa pellets in there. And there's a little bit of kelp mixture just for some essential vitamins. And you know, he's still awfully matted and filthy and skinny, but he's such a sweet boy. He's a really nice animal. It's really sad that one day he's going to be meat because he's a really, he's just a nice animal. These guys here are a little bit more skittish, but certainly not mean by any stretch of the imagination. And you can see I've working them up quite a bit too. I've separated them from the rest of the cows, even though this is an unbelievably gross mud shit pit. Just long enough to feed them, because if I don't, they don't get enough. They kind of get bullied by the other animals, and I'm really trying to put some weight on these poor fellers. So that's what I'm doing here. And as soon as they eat, I'll let them out of here so they don't have to live in this mud. I don't know really what to do with the mud. I've been hammering at this ice with my skid steer with the rock bucket on it, or the stump bucket I should say, just trying to hammer it out, and I've managed to get this much of the ice out, you can see. But this ice is so thick and so hard that it's almost impossible to break up, and it just melts and turns into muck and goop. I've got a couple dump trucks of wood chips coming on Thursday, which is certainly not going to be a be-all end-all solution, because it's going to be fresh spruce, which is not going to be that absorbent, but at least the animals won't have to live in this mud. I have some gravel piles, but unfortunately the gravel piles are completely frozen solid. Even the skid steer with the stump bucket will not loosen them. And I can't buy any gravel right now because of road restrictions and the fact that everything's frozen. So I'm feeling very frustrated and trapped right now by all of this mud and shit, and I hate it, and it infuriates me every day, and I spend a big part of my day battling it, and I don't feel like I'm winning. I feel like the mud's winning. So the best that I can do is try to get the animals out of it. So I did move a bunch of snow up top that hill today. I made a path for the animals through about 3 feet of snow with the skid steer up there, and I put a bale of hay up there, and I'm going to try to lead them up there and get them out of the goop and onto higher ground. But they're not quite used to being up there, so that's going to be its own challenge. But anyways, I just wanted to point out that the rescue animals here they've got a healthy appetite, and they are definitely, I think, just happier animals now. And you know, I don't know. I don't know how much I should give them. I don't know what exactly I should give them. It's not like there's some magic formula here as to what to give animals. So I'm just thinking protein, calories, some fat, you know, your TDNs, your digestible nutrients, and I'm doing the best I can. And I think the rest of my cows look pretty good, so I'm hoping these fellers will get to that point pretty quick. So anyways, I'll let them have their dinner. I'm gonna go have my own dinner, and then I'm gonna start a couple hours with the chores here. All right, you cows can wait. You guys don't get to steal their food like you do every night. You're already fat. Yeah, okay, I'll be there in a minute.